And today we have a Fender Blues Junior on the bench. Well, it's on the stool so I can rotate it, but it will be on the bench. And it looks like the problem with this one is it powers up, but the sound craps out. So we're kind of under some time constraints on this one because this is Thursday evening now, and he needs this amplifier for a gig on Sunday, which means I won't be able to order any parts for it, and there's one electronics shop in the area that's open on Friday only. So any parts I need, I gotta figure out what I'm going to need today and get them in here and get this thing fixed and get this guy onto his gig. So let's get the back panel off of it and get it up on the bench and see what's going on with this thing. So I flipped the switch on and we're going to see what we have. I have it on my current limiter, just in case we have any issues. I also have it set up on the tone generator. This got a tube that is way too bright, and you can see when I move it. Okay, this looks normal to me. Okay, that tube is red plating. We've got issues here. So I got to check these solder joints out on both of those power tubes. I'm going to check them out on all 5 tubes, but you can see that a bunch of them are loose on this one. And that happens with these hybrid tube amps where everything's mounted on PC boards. You start plugging tubes in and yanking them out of there, and you break the solder joints loose. So we're going to have to resolder a bunch of that, but on this one in particular, it broke the trace off. So in order to get that one reconnected, I'm going to have to scrape off down the trace a little bit and drag the solder out to make another solid connection. Some of them that are not connected to anything on this tube that I'm not going to bother with. There's nothing to solder them to. But the other ones need to be reconnected, especially that one that's red plating. That it looks to me like the grid is disconnected on it, which means the tube's running away. So what I did here is I took a little screwdriver and I scraped the coating off there so I could get to the trace. And I'm going to resolder that and make sure that's connected down the trace, because right where the pin comes in, the trace is broken off. And I had to do it there. I'm going to do some more there and quite a few other places. So it looks like that solder's going to stick okay, but I got to build that up a little bit more. I want it a little more solid than that, so I will do that. And then I want to get to make sure, I think there's one on the other side that I'm going to have to do the same thing to. And then there's probably some on the other output tube that I'm going to have to do also. So I started resoldering some of these, and I didn't want to get it too hot. I didn't want to burn up the trace again like it happened, like the tube did on that other one. And ended up having to resolder probably 7 or 8 of these. So I got all the repairs done, picked up a couple of new JJ EL84s and stuck them in there, checked the bias to make sure it was going to be okay, and then cleaned what I regularly do. I clean all the pots and all that to get this thing so it's going to operate. And then I screwed up. I wanted to show a little bit of me playing so you could hear this amp, and somehow I messed that up. Just catch a little bit, not much. I don't do it much. So that's all you get. Now, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to get this back to the guy and let him know that this is just a temporary fix for this thing, and that tube board needs to be replaced. And this actually is a pretty nice little amp. I actually liked it. So anyway, thanks for watching.